thought today would be fun to take you along on organizing our new kitchen because we have just recently moved into our new house and it is just so exciting because we have like our dream kitchen. We got it fully done, well most of it done, and it's just time to now organize all of the bins and organize all the containers and the drawers and the cupboards. So I'm so excited to go ahead and do that. I have a few containers that I just recently bought from Amazon, but most of the containers I'm repurposing from our old house, which I think they'll work out just beautifully here. But I am excited to go ahead with all the organizing of the kitchen. So I hope this brings you some motivation today to organize even just a space in your house. So let's get into this big but practical and functional kitchen organization. Everything that I have right now to use. All of this is from our previous old house. I just got these two new things, which I got them from Amazon. I have a drawer divider to go into the big utensil drawer, and then I grabbed some just clear containers because we have some extra drawers and cupboards here than our previous house. I wanted to use these for that because I didn't quite have enough clear containers. So I'm going to use all of these, but first I need to wash them all because they've been packed away for several months and they just need a good cleaning. Normally I would just let all of these air dry, but my baby girl is sleeping right now and I'm trying to utilize this nap time to get as much of the kitchen that I can done. So I'm going to try and dry these as fast as I can, and then we can get on to the fun organization part of it. Got from Amazon, so I'm just going to open it up and see the size of it because I was expecting it to be a little bit bigger, but I probably should have just double checked with the measurements, but I think they definitely will still work.
Everything feels so abstract, yeah, it's complicated. What you say, the way you act, well, it makes me so confused. I don't know what to do anymore. Can't you just make up your mind?
That packaging is insane, but we got them all unpackaged, and these are definitely much more narrow than I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to be a little bit wider, but that's on me because I didn't really fully measure it out. I just kind of envisioned that it would work. So I'm going to try and use some of these for the kitchen, like the straws, things like that. Hopefully the length will fit. And then whenever I don't use, I need to do a big organization of the office too. So I'll probably save them and use them for that room because like these, I'm not really sure what I'm going to use those for, but a lot of them I will be using. These are great. They're nice and big and wide. And then I absolutely love these. So they're so easy. They just come out like this and then you press it down and close it. And this will be great to use as a divider in these long drawers for the big utensils. So let's get to
between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting, still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be
spoons, little baking stuff, the cups, the water bottles, um, and then I have their plates. So I think I'm going to use like a little divider for the plates and then something for these cups. I was thinking of those narrow containers from Amazon, but they definitely are too narrow to fit these in the water bottles. So I think I'm going to repurpose some of the ones that I had from previously and hope they fit. So let's try that.
Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there's a fight when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting, still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be.
Here's the thing when it comes to organizing, especially a kitchen. Of course, you want it to feel aesthetic, but more than anything, it needs to be practical. And in order to get there, I find myself moving things around a lot. And you will notice that through this entire video by opening a drawer, placing something down, stepping back, and then realizing it might work better somewhere else, or I want to just move it around a little bit in the drawer. It is a process for sure. And I actually considered editing a lot of that out, all the rearranging and second guessing, but then I paused and I was like, why? Why would I edit that out when it's part of the process and it takes time to figure out what works? So, especially in a space like the kitchen where you're constantly using it, you don't fully know what feels functional until you're really in it day to day, cooking and prepping and reaching for the things without thinking. But for me, this part is less about getting it perfect the first time and more about creating a starting point, something that feels good enough for now, knowing that I'll likely come back in a few weeks and shift things around again. And I think it's something we don't always see. We don't always see the trial and error, the small adjustments, the figuring out as you go. And I believe that is truly the big picture and the big part of organizing is that it does take time and it does take trial and error. And that is the entire fun process of organizing.
I'm actually so excited how this cupboard turned out because this is probably the number one drawer that I actually really wanted to organize. And obviously it being the kids drawer, it's not going to stay perfect and that's totally fine. I just wanted it to be a little bit more easy to find things in, which I know for the kids, if it was hard for me to find things, and obviously it was hard for them to find things. So this way they can just pull it out, find what they need, grab their utensils, grab their water bottle, whatever it is, and make it a little bit more just streamlined, functional, practical, and just a little bit more organized. So that felt really good to get this one done. I'm going to probably move on to the big utensil drawer because that's the next thing that I feel like is weighing on my mind.
Newly awake, tired and lazy, the cute sounds you make while sipping your coffee. I know there's a world outside, but right now it's you and me, just you and me, baby. Roll out of bed, I love when you're hazy, rewatching Friends for the millionth time. Well, I know there's a world outside, but right now it's you and me.
So this is where I thought it would be fun to use these dividers because that way I can separate these. I was going to do containers for them, but I think this is just so much more practical on the organization side of things because it's just going to be easy to grab what I need and not have to worry about putting them in exactly certain bins, but this will just at least organize them a little bit nicer.
Ups and downs, but now life's been treating me kindly. Because of you, my life's not blue anymore. 'Cause you are my baby.
When it comes to organizing any space, I found that pulling everything out first and going through each item makes the entire process so much easier, and taking the time to declutter before putting anything back really helps you be more intentional with what you keep. At least for me, it makes me realize what I have and what I don't have. And honestly, if organizing isn't something you naturally enjoy, this step makes it so much more manageable. It's a lot easier to organize less things than to constantly try and make space for things that you don't usually use. And in case you missed it, I recently shared a video where I decluttered our entire previous kitchen in under 2 hours. Well, actually, our entire home in under 2 hours. And even after that, once I started unpacking things here in our new kitchen, I even found myself letting go of even more. So it really just goes to show how much we can accumulate over time, even without realizing it. And little things can quickly add up here and there. So for me, decluttering has become such an important first step, and not just for the space itself, but for creating something that actually feels calm and functional, and most of all, easy to maintain moving forward.
So I am so happy with how this turned out. I had no idea what I was going to do, but this feels so good. So I have all my big utensils here that I use for cooking, and then all the sharp things just in the back, so that way my kids won't be able to reach them. And then I have just the things like organized in no really particular order, I guess, but maybe so, because I have all the big spoons here. I have just the can opener and some extra tools there, and then just the measuring spoons in these little cute containers, a little strawberry deep hitter, the lemon squeezer. So I have a few things just gathered together. And then over here, it feels nice to have an extra slot in case if I need to put anything else in here, and then just some extra cookware. So this though, this little like potato masher, I feel like this always gets caught in drawers when you're trying to pull them out. So this feels really good knowing that that won't get caught this time, because oh my gosh, at my old house, I would just fight with that. So it feels good that I can easily slide it in and out. Okay, so this drawer is just pretty much like the parchment paper, tinfoil, saran wrap, Ziplocs kind of thing. So I was looking on Amazon at those really cute containers that you can put those things in, but they're like $50+. So if you have any suggestions on where to get those, then just let me know, because I definitely don't want to spend $50 on them. Or any other kind of suggestions, I would love to hear. So for now, I think I'm just going to keep them just in here, just like this. I think it works. And then these measuring spoons, I think I'm just going to donate them, because I already have 2 sets. So I really don't need a 3rd set. So I think I'm going to donate these. I'm just going to keep this drawer empty, because with all this storage space, I'm not used to having this much storage area to fill. So I kind of like having some of the drawers empty. So I'm just going to keep that one empty for now. So I'm hoping you can hear me right now, because my baby girl is playing with a drill, and it's a pretend drill, so it's okay, but it's kind of loud. So I'm just going to show you these though. My parents gave me these for Christmas this past year, and I was so excited to use them, because it's for like small appliances to wrap the cord around them. Because one thing that I just do not like is the cords just flopping all around in the drawer. So you just easily stick these on and you wrap the cord around them. So I'm going to do that with all of my appliances.
Wake up your senses in the dark. Believe you make it through the night. Every shadow calls your name. Every hurt, a spark, a flame. When I can see a thing, I try to fear. Before I turn to fire, I find the ray. I feel the warmth of all healing hands. I'm in the chaos, but yeah, I can breathe. And I fall again into the storm. I dive right in. And I fall again. Thunder rolls, singing louder.
As for this drawer, I just kept it very simple. I was debating about moving the blender down to the bottom, but I use it so much that it's nice to have it on the higher level. But I just have my mixing bowls here, measuring cup there, and then just the supplies that I need for quick smoothies in the morning, just my cups, and then the little lids for them in there. So I didn't really do too much in this drawer, just added some of those nice sticky things, and then just a little organization bin for the lids. I'm sure this could be a little bit more organized to some, but for me, it's perfect. I have just like my appliances on the right side there. I have my beaters right there. This stuff for my frozen yogurt maker, my flaxseed grinder, and just a few little small appliances. Oh, and a dirty cloth, but I think it works out perfectly for what I need it set up for. So in the drawer with all my mixing bowls and blender, I've decided that I'm going to use a little divider because I have 3 extras, so I want to utilize them. Which this is probably extra. I don't really need to separate like the mixing bowls and the blender, but I think it'll just look really pretty. So this is maybe something that's not so functional and practical, but it's a little bit pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So before moving on to all the glass Tupperware and everything, this drawer I'm just going to leave because it's just my pots and pans. It's simple, it's easy, it works. I just put them all in here and then I can grab them out easily. So I'm going to move on to the next one.
So here I am just using this Tupperware for measurement purposes. I'm obviously not storing a full container of grapes and cherries in my drawer, but if you are interested for these amazing containers I just took out, they are from Amazon and I absolutely love them. I use them to put fresh produce away and store in the fridge. I use them for my husband's lunches all the time. I use them for picnics and going out, especially during the summertime. I will actually leave the link down below. I absolutely love them. There's also another version that you can get off of Amazon, and the containers inside are a little bit longer, which is great for storing things that are your longer slice, like cucumbers or carrots, or you can even remove the little containers from inside and cut up a watermelon and store that in, take it out for a little picnic outside. I love them, and they don't really leak, which is amazing in my books. And now I'm just moving on to this little hutch area. I want to just kind of decorate it and organize it and jazz it up a little bit, make it a little bit more pretty.
So for this cupboard behind me, I think my goal is just to try and reduce some of the things that's in there. I absolutely love all of these dishes. It's all my like good pottery type dishes or handmade dishes from family and friends. So I'm going to keep the ones up there, but some of them I'm going to take out and probably swap out to the upper cupboards just because I want it to look like really eye-catching, and especially the ones that I've been gifted from family and friends. I really want to display those, especially with this like glass see-through panel. I knew all of my really good dishes would go in here, so I really wanted to just show them off. So I'm going to organize those and just kind of rearrange them a little bit. So this cupboard is pretty much all of my water bottles. I actually really don't mind it like this. I like it. I have my water bottles here, thermoses here, and then the straws and lids here. There are cute little containers that you can get off of Amazon to organize them a bit better, but I just feel like I don't really need them right now. Plus I'd probably just end up buying more water bottles to fill them. So I think right now this works. I might not be the most aesthetic looking, but it's functional and practical. So I'm just going to add some of these jars on the top that I took out from like the little decorative hutch over in the corner.
So, in case you missed the last few videos, I did a big deep clean, declutter, and unpack with me of our new kitchen in previous week's videos. But again, I feel like I needed to clean a little bit before putting all of the beautiful organization things back in because even just unpacking it brings some dust. But now that we are officially in the house for a while now, I would absolutely love to know if you have a cleaning routine or a cleaning schedule, if you do certain days of like vacuuming or whatever, because I am in desperate need of creating something that will float for the family.
So I really didn't think I would need more containers, but I do need some more for this top drawer for the straws. And then I'm also going to get some containers for the next drawer for all the bottles and the lids. So I'm going to just find a tape measure that out, and probably run to the dollar store and then get some clear containers for here. So this is the drawer that I'm talking about for all the bottles. I'd like to just get a container for the bottles and then also a container just to organize the lids at the back. I think that would look really nice. I'll probably just leave the bags in the boxes, or maybe I'll get like an organization little bin for those too. And then this is what I need for the straws. I need some sort of container for these two spots just to put in the straws, and then if there's something else that I want to put in this drawer. Then the third drawer down here, I already like how it's organized. I probably just need a small little container for those little suctions back there, but I mean overall it works. It's just like little ice cube molds and stuff like that. Hey!
Thinking it's time to shine, thinking it all I want is you. Honey, you're just so wild, I'm telling you now, I'm so in love with you. Just wanna be with you. Hold me if I'm waking, catch me in my sleep. All these thoughts keep spinning, but you're grounding me. Time to heal, time to grow. This time I know I'm not alone.
As a nutrition practitioner, I absolutely have a love for food, but I also recognize that food isn't grown the same way as it once was. So that is why I'm filling up a container with baking soda, because when it comes to washing my produce, like fruits and veggies, I absolutely love soaking it in some cold water, baking soda, and some vinegar. You only need like a little splash of vinegar and a little bit of baking soda, and it really helps to clean off all the chemicals sprayed onto the food. I also love using baking soda to clean the kitchen sink too.
Thinking it's time to shine, we may give it all I want is you. Oh honey, you're just so wild, I'm telling you now, I'm so in love with you. Wanna be with you. Arms around you, we're alone. My heart is racing, you're so strong. Take your time, lose control.
I wanted to show a little overshot of how everything turned out. I'm sure it could be organized even more, but to me, this is the perfect amount of kitchen organization. It's practical and functional and works with our daily rhythms. So I'm honestly so excited with how everything turned out. I find organizing, especially organizing the kitchen, is a huge breath of fresh air, and it can be a little therapeutic. So if you enjoy all things organizing, food, home cooking, I would love for you to join along and subscribe. And I'll be posting a pantry organization video soon and always lots of home cooking inspiration. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful day ahead of you or night ahead of you. And thank you again for watching. Take care.